everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Falling Upwards. We hope that you just, enjoy listening to our little show, to feel comforted in how all of these amazing people have failed in life. Or maybe this is just lovely, ASMR background talking for you to go to sleep. Whatever it is, we hope you enjoy your time with us, because also one of the most crucial parts of Falling Upwards is my lovely co-host, Miss Maddie Armstrong. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just realised I wasn't even holding my microphone. Hello. I find it hilarious the way you worded that, though. Like, hearing about these celebrities failing. I know you didn't mean it that way, but it's like coming out podcast where we bring on these guests to tell you how much they failed.
But in a beautiful, wholesome, look how far they've come, look at what incredible people they are, despite that kind of way.
Yeah.
Or just, you don't even need to take anything from it. You can just be like, that was a cool story, and I'm going to peace out. That's okay too.
Yeah. That was my flop era. I'm no longer in the flop era. So here is me documenting the flop era.
Well, shall we hop on to mad news straight away?
We shall.
For today's mad news, sometimes what's a little bit nice is, of course, Maddie often brings her own beautiful morsels of joy to the table, but
Emmy's literally just trying to destroy my section. She keeps just taking over. Like last time she was like, actually I will do mad news this time, and this time she's also taking over. What is happening? It's Maddie, not MAE,
Well, mad news today, because obviously the joy of mad news is just hearing Maddie's thoughts on things. So what we
I have no thoughts.
have brought to the table, which I know you'll love, Maddie, is we have had our first listeners from Greece today. So can we please big our Gretchen listeners? Maddie, you love Greece, don't you?
I love Greece so much. Not the chip kind, the country kind. Didn't we have our first listeners from, where was it?
Uganda.
Was it Uganda and
Russia?
What was the other one? Russia. That's neat. But Greece I'm more excited about just because it's like my favourite country.
You do have great memories from Greece. But we just wanted to take mad news to big up these amazing listeners.
Woo! But I do love, firstly, I do love how it is reaching just whoever, like whatever randomers just like to listen to these two nerdy girls from the UK. Absolutely love you. Especially you, person from Greece.
We love you all. I'll tell you, all of you,
but especially the Greek person. But I'll tell you about my lovely relationship with Greece, because I was just talking to Emma about this before we started recording. In a perfect world, I'd love to live in Greece. My career doesn't really allow for that, but if I retired with an attractive husband, I'd want to live in Greece. But when I was 16, I consider 2019 to be the best year of my life. So it was still the first half of the year, so I was still 16. I was finishing my GCSEs, and then I got severe kidney infection. And because we had no idea what it was, because I'd never had that before, mind you, this was during my final exams. I had to be hospitalized because my symptoms had got so bad because we had no idea what was going on. And they just could not bring down my temperature. So I was in there for a week. I missed a week's worth of really important exams. Side note, I got an A star in English language despite missing one of the exams due to being hospitalized. So I just feel quite proud of that, but yay for that. But then a month later, after all that happened, after I'd finished those exams, I'd got out of hospital, I was still a weakling and weighed barely anything. My mum found a really good deal for 2 weeks in Crete. And it was exactly 1 month after, it was a bit after 1 month after me being in hospital. And I also went to my first ever concert, which was NCT in London, which was the best night ever of my life, so I always talk about that. And then, a week after that concert, we went to this trip in Crete. So we went, and it was I was a week off of this beautiful concert. I'd come out from like my freedom from the hospital and my exams, so that was all over. It was just the perfect time in my life to finally enjoy a true rest. I'd had this beautiful memory in the bank of this concert, and I was finally going on holiday, and it was the most beautiful weather. Like, it was so sunny, so beautiful, so freeing. Like, I had a couple cocktails, even though, you know, I wasn't quite old enough back then. And it was just so lovely. It was honestly like being in paradise. There was no, because I just finished school, so I had no responsibilities for quite a while until, you know, start college and whatever. And my mum was just happy. You know, it was just the best year of my life because of those memories in that one July. So I always have this good relationship with Greece because that holiday in Crete was so beautiful. I loved the food, the music, the language, the people, the landscape. It's all so beautiful to me. So it's my favorite country. Sorry for how long that was.
Yeah, no, that's a lovely story though. So listeners from Greece, keep listening, because
I love you dearly.
for the lovely meaty section of our show. As you know, the meat is where we dig into some of the lovely guests that we get on the lawn, the stuff they've been through, their favourite failures, all of this. On the lawn today is the fantastic KIRE, and as I always say when we get to these moments, you know, take a beat to pause this episode if you need to. Go check them out on the socials, on streaming, whatever you need, just to feel, wow, this is who this artist, in this case KIRE, is. Go for it. It's okay to pause. It's all right. We're not going anywhere. But it is KIRE on the lawn today. And Maddie has not heard this wonderful segment, even though she did shoot it. So, are we ready?
Yes.
Firstly, just how are you doing in general?
I'm doing great. Yeah, it's been really fun so far. Yeah, it's my first time in London. So.
Really? How did you kind of prep for it? What was your headspace?
Wow. Because I've been in Paris last year, and I thought maybe it was close to that.
Okay.
But no, like, the weather here is so nice.
Yeah?
Well, at least so far. I heard, like, it rains a lot, but today, or yesterday's been nice. So when I landed, it was 8 p.m. It was still sunny. Lights out. And I was surprised, but the people are nice.
That means the weather's turned out for you. We've had nothing but a bad British summer, so it came out for you.
Thank you.
How did you find the set earlier? Congrats on that, by the way.
The crowd was amazing.
Yeah?
And I really
Better than you
loved
imagined?
Way better than I imagined. Because I came out, I started screaming, "Strikers!" They were going crazy, but it was fun. The crowd, they gave me a lot of support, so I had a great time. I wasn't nervous at all. I was enjoying the moment. I was enjoying my time on that stage with everybody. So it was lovely.
Were there any songs in particular that you were looking forward to performing?
So I think there was a little bit of mistake because my second last song was my new song called "Don't Stop."
Yeah.
But I think I was getting some feedbacks on my headphones, so I wasn't really on point with the tempo. But you know, it's still great. The crowd, great, so it's fine. Yeah.
When you're prepping for something like this, how much time do you take crafting a set list specifically for this kind of crowd, or do you go naturally with what you're used to performing?
So I'm actually, used to do what I do. Like, so when I'm in Taiwan, I have a specific set for each setting or location. So I brought my club set here. So I do a lot of club performances in Taiwan, and I just just do some crowd work. It's just me. It's just me with a microphone. There's nobody else. There's no auto-tune, none of that stuff. I just came out, did it raw, and it was just, I know, okay, for me to come here and being the first person, it had to be me with the crowd.
Yeah.
And that was the most important. And it was just me looking at the fans with my eyes and interacting with them, and that was good enough for me. So it was fun.
I appreciate that.
Did that come across when you saw him live and when you shot him?
He had a really good energy to him. And I definitely, because he said he didn't feel nervous when he was performing, and I definitely felt that. He was the opener, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, first act on that stage. Yeah, he had a really good swagger. I can't think of a more modern word than swagger right now. But yeah, really good. And I love that he actually alters his set lists for where he is, because a lot of artists when they're on tour or something, they all just do the same stuff over and over and not really change it. We mentioned this before with Sabrina Carpenter, who will alter her nonsense outro to wherever she is. And I love when artists do things like that, when they actually take into consideration who they're performing to, because it does make a difference. You know, something that's well received in one place, another place might not like it so much. It's the same with like comedy, stand-up comedy performances. So I love that he brought the club set to us, because that definitely did work for him. You know, I feel like the UK crowds does know how to party a bit, and even if they don't know someone,
we love a club set here.
like at festivals, something we're good at is cheering on artists a lot of people don't even know, you know. Obviously KIRE is very talented. He's not as well known as Stray Kids are, and a lot of people will have been there just for Stray Kids or whatever, but from what I gathered at the time, a good portion of the crowd was still cheering for him and vibing with him. And that, I mean, not only is that like just a testament to UK crowds, but that's a testament to him and how good he was with the crowd. So props to KIRE for knowing how to handle a UK crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I think we mentioned on another episode, obviously it's never a requirement, like it doesn't make an artist better or worse if they do tailor stuff, but it is always interesting seeing where their thought process is at, because they might think, you know, if it's a new crowd or in a city that I haven't been to or performed in before, it feels good and it feels right for me to stick to actually my classics, what I know is really good. Like, why, you know, present something that feels, you don't want a crowd that's a new crowd to feel like they might be getting less than what say a more popular city might be getting. But I agree with you, like in this case, him bringing that club vibe was bang on. And I remember seeing Anne Marie when she did BST Hyde Park, and she was so sweet. And there was this bit where I think she mentioned, oh, you know, lots of people that here you might not know me, because she did open quite early in the day, and a lot of people were there for Shania, because of course it's Shania Twain, and she did a club medley right at the end. And when I tell you, everyone was on their feet, like it's the best energy. Like a British crowd will always turn up for a good club set, a good club medley, a good club banger.
Just, it's all about a good tune, innit? And it's like when NMIX did those covers, because I think a lot of people might not know NMIX, or people that were even there not for the K-pop, you know. So that was a really good way of bridging it by performing, you know, gems of their own discography, but also bridging it with tunes that everyone knows, because then that definitely gets people singing along. It's like a requirement, you know. Certain songs you just have to sing along to, I think, here.
Yeah, agree. What does it mean to you today to be the global artist that you are? Not just, you know, you with that dream, to genuinely be out there knowing that you're reaching people around the world.
Okay. Nothing's impossible, because I think 2 years ago I was still in my room trying to make the song, you know, and looking like, okay, where can I go outside of Taiwan, you know? But I would have never imagined me here, you know, opening up for Stray Kids, and it's gonna be more in the future. I gotta be positive, you know, do the right thing. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Do your parents ever get a chance to catch you perform? What do they think about it?
So my family's kind of traditional, so they actually don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
They'll be like,
they just trust that you're doing whatever.
Yeah, but like, where you going next? I'm going to England. Oh, okay, have fun. They have no idea that I'm performing in front of like tens of thousands of people.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. They'll be like, when are you coming back? Okay, I'll feed the cats. All right, great, thanks. Because I'm always like going around, but they never know what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's crazy, but it doesn't really matter for me.
So do they check out your songs? Do they ever give you feedback? No,
never. They never do. But we're just family, I guess. Because I've been in the States. I was studying abroad for a long time. Yeah. So our way of communication is not your typical family. Right. We just keep ourselves updated on what we're doing, and yeah, we never really say much. So yeah.
That is just so Like not your family not even really knowing what you're doing. You're just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna perform to all these people, whatever. They're like, yeah, all right, see you in a few.
Can I just say that's why, because I'm listening to this back, and I'm apologizing for all the listeners that have to hear my laugh, because hearing it back, I'm like, oh my god, I sound like a parakeet just screeching. But genuinely, such screeching was precipitated by the fact that, one, I was just like, oh my goodness, the fact that they're just cool, bye,
Yeah.
see you later.
So,
But also, he is, and obviously you've seen him on stage, he is incredibly personable.
mm,
So when he tells stories and when he's giving you info, you are just very much present. You do feel incredibly present when you're talking to him. So sorry to everyone that had to hear my terrible laughter, but that's because Kai is a great guest to be chatting to.
yeah. I just that is such a thing that can only be between family, though. I think like it's a nonchalance, but it's a loving nonchalance. They just trust that you're doing whatever. Like I see that with my own family because I go to London so often for different things that sometimes I even forget to tell them. I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm off to London tomorrow, and they're like, all right, enjoy.
Bye.
And it's like they don't really know what for. Like maybe it's a concert I'm shooting, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'm shooting a really big concert. Like they're a really important K-pop artist, and they're like, yeah, okay, have fun. It's not that they don't care. It's this. I don't know. It's a family thing, isn't it?
It's wild because he's him, right? So it's like to be like, oh, I'm just going down to London because I'm going to, I don't know, go shopping or see a mate or whatever. You can kind of see how you might forget to say, even if it's just like a little job that you're doing. But he's heading up a huge festival in one of the most famous parks in the UK, if not in Europe, if not in the world. And he's just like, yeah, mom, just going to London, see you in a bit. And she's like, cool,
so
bye.
Sweet. I find that
It's because
I find that really sweet for some reason, and I can't put my finger on exactly why, but I do think it is.
testament to, I think you're right, to their kind of their dynamic as a family, and you get that kind of little insight into how he vibes with his family through that.
I got to talk about your style as well, because you do have a very particular kind of refined
Really?
style. Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Where do you get your style inspirations from? How does that tie into your overall vibe?
So I always try to have, just trends, right? Right now, like what's popping, everybody's wearing, baggy clothes, baggy jeans. But for me, it's always what fits you. Everybody has their own way of style. So don't follow the trend. Actually, be the trend.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm always gonna have my jewelry on. Like, I never take it off. And if I'm taking a shot, I'm taking off my rings, but all my bracelets, my bangles, my earrings, I keep it all on. For me, it's like an identity. It's like a uniform, basically. So you have pilots with their uniforms. For me, as a performer, I need to have a specific style that when people see, oh, that's KIRE. That's KIRE. And for me, start a trend. Be the trend. Yeah, do what you want to do, and don't follow what's popping.
Yeah.
But how do I like incorporate that with my style? Yeah. So that's my way of dressing myself. Yeah.
I feel over the years, and you mentioned kind of even 2 years ago, still making music in your bedroom.
Yeah.
I mean, hearing how far you've been since then, I think anybody that follows you closely can really hear how much you've evolved. Do you know where you want to go next, or do you just let your revolution just take you there?
Okay, so I have this amazing Asian here named Corey. He has plans. He's talking about a U.S. tour, U.S. mini tour, and I'm always like traveling around Asia. Singapore, Hong Kong. So I'm gonna do that more this year. But we're gonna do a little mini U.S. tour. Just I think around like September, November, October, and it's gonna be more and more. But with what just happened on stage, I'm gonna come back to London.
Nice.
There's a lot of fans here, and I gotta see them again. Yeah, and it's unfortunate I couldn't take photos with all of my fans. So hopefully the next time I have more time to spend with them.
Something I didn't realize, and I don't know if you know this, he had a whole meet and greet that day.
Yeah. That's what it sounded like.
He had a proper meet and greet that day, and I was, checking his socials afterwards, and I was like, wait, like he was obviously, he was preparing to perform in London, all of this stuff, and yet he was still
Fit in a
genuinely meeting and greeting fans.
yeah.
Like not even like not like a drive by with a wave. Like from if I'm remembering rightly,
He was in
it
the
was
crowd.
almost like a mini stall, and
Oh,
he was standing there, and people could queue up to like actually like meet him.
oh, cool.
The man hustles.
That's sweet though. Like
The man hustles. He loves his fans and he hustles for them.
he wanted to make sure that he could thank the people that cheered for him. That's really sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love an
Because
artist
when I
like that.
heard that, I was like, oh, maybe like, like you said, maybe he went through the crowd a little bit, or maybe, he was referring just to the fact that, as he was performing, he tried to interact with some, but obviously you can't interact with everybody. And it was, no, he genuinely means he couldn't meet everybody because he had that meet and greet and he genuinely could not meet everybody.
That's cool.
We love artists that are like
Cool,
this.
dude.
Is there somewhere you haven't toured yet that you'd love to go?
Man, I want to go to Milan.
Wow.
Because Stray Kids are just in Milan, and I've never been to Italy, so I really want to go and see it.
Wow, yeah, you should definitely go.
I want to. I heard it's beautiful.
I feel like with your style, you could hit up Milan Fashion Week, make that a moment.
Well, it's gonna happen.
Something we like to talk about as well with a lot of young people today, I think there's a lot of pressure to be perfect and there's a lot of pressure to never fail and to always succeed. Do you have a favourite failure?
Ooh, my favorite failure. So, I used to sign to this agency, a modeling agency, and they're a modeling company, so they're not gonna invest in you when it comes to music, entertainment. But they were trying to, but it failed like on our first project, so they gave up. But I never gave that up. I always wanted to perform on stage, so I started learning, by myself and tried to incorporate everything together and come up with a project. But for me to leave that company, I had to, sign a deal saying basically I couldn't perform on stage for a little while.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was tough. Like that was the lowest of my life because imagine as an artist like you couldn't perform for 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Oh my god.
So I took those 2 years and I just started, learning more about production and selling songs to artists and stuff. And yeah, I think I'm so thankful for that point in my life because that really made me think, okay, I think also with COVID, like everything comes and goes, okay, but always have the good mindset, the right mindset, and it'll happen sooner or later, and it's always going to be on time.
Yeah.
You're never late, okay, you're never early, you're always on time, and if you want something, you can do it if you really want to. The whole universe will conspire to help you get it.
Man,
I really,
that's a good
it's just from a
message.
quote, a book that I really like, The Alchemist. So if you guys,
That's a great book.
I love
That's a
that
great
book. And if you guys, looking for something to read The Alchemist, okay? A lot of people recommend it, and I also recommend it. It's a very, very great book.
Getting deep with KIRE.
How crazy is that story that he was barred from performing for 2 years?
I know. That just kills my soul. That's like
2 years unable to do anything.
oh, poor dude. But now he got to perform on Hyde Park, which is a pretty big thing, so I hope that made up for it.
That is a very beautiful favourite failure, to go from literally having to... Those 2 years, I think, would make or break a person.
Yeah.
Where either somebody would go, well, this means that it's not going to work for me. It basically means my entire life is on hold. And if it's on hold, then I have to give up because, it's a tough industry. And those 2 years you could lose all your momentum. You could lose funds if you're staying somewhere that's important. Or you can go, well, those 2 years is just a means for me to find a way to rise up even greater. And gosh, did he rise?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a very, we love all the favorite failures that people bring on here.
He
'Cause it's
answered the
always-
question.
But it's lovely because we get to see all the different ways people think about failure and what they love about their journey. But that's a particularly beautiful one from KIRE right there. And we got a book recommendation from him.
Yes.
So if you haven't read The Alchemist, go read it. Go read it right now. Right now.
That must have been such a strong mentality you had to cultivate to get through those 2 years.
Yeah, well, really bad. But I never gave up. You know, I taught English from morning to noon, and then I started making music to sell from, you know, noon to night. So yeah.
Wow. When you look back on that now, how much do you feel that was fundamental to shaping you as the artist you are today?
So, like, I don't think, like, at that point in my life, I would see where I'm here right now. Okay. So, at that point in my life, I'm like, okay, like, I just need to work harder. I need to prepare myself. But I know I was going to go somewhere, but I didn't know where.
Right.
Okay. But I never gave up that light. Okay. The light is like, you don't know where the light's going to be.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So don't worry. Just keep working, keep walking, you know, keep one foot in front of the other, and you'll get there.
He's got a very pretty voice.
He does. That's probably what makes him such a fantastic performer as well.
He's also pretty in like last episode we were talking about pretty rodent men, and KIRE is not a rodent man, but he is pretty.
Yes.
Very pretty.
And
like I shot him and
he does have fantastic stage presence.
he just looks like that.
Yes.
Yes.
If we pop back to his quote about style as well, just very quickly. Fantastic style, and I do think he has a very, very, very distinctive style, and I like that he's taken his time to cultivate that as this is my style, as opposed to it's because I've picked this because it's trendy or because of whatever.
Mate, did you notice the detailing on his blazer? It's not called a blazer.
Yes,
because
yes.
When you just watched him performing, all you could really see was a black suit. But I saw in my photos, because, you know, I'm zooming in, I'm looking at all the details, I'm editing them. It had these beautiful, like, sort of blue gemstones on the pinstripe or whatever you call it. And it was just such a beautiful little detail. Like, it's subtle, but it really does complete it. So with that I can totally see the style aspect. You know?
My version of that was I do love my jewelry, as you know, and I know you love your jewelry also. Obviously getting to chat to him in person, his jewelry selection, you know, he's wearing Gentle Monster sunglasses, accessorizing is so specific and so detailed, and we've talked on a previous episode about kind of the connection between fashion and music, and he's another one of those artists where I think from like across every single little detail regarding what he wears, how that enhances or takes away from his presence, from the lyrics, whatever, he does come across as somebody that is super, super, super conscious of that.
I love a man that can style himself, you know,
and a man that can teach English to get himself through 2 years of waiting for his destiny to come and find him.
He's patient, he's talented, he's charismatic. Like, what more do you need?
Exactly.
Incredible performer.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking, like, last episode we were talking about how wonderful Alec Benjamin is. And I think this is the version of KIRE. You know, they're very different in their own ways, but they're very much all-rounders. Like, uniquely.
Yes.
And you just, I mean, that their success is a testament to that.
Yes.
Yes. So it's just lovely to get inside the minds of people like that.
Yeah. And I think, you know,
From them.
you and I have been both fortunate across our careers to see some of these artists up close, to be able to listen to their music in like a very privileged position, whether that's because we're covering them or shooting them, whatever. And then to get the chance to hear, you know, we're really listening to and hearing their minds at work and really getting a sense of what makes them artists, not just what we see on screen that is very pristine and polished, but like all of those little elements of their journey that have made them that. And this is just another beautiful, it's why we love doing this show, because we get to, you know, listen to that and then also share it with all of you, these incredible moments and things that have made these people so brilliant at what they do. Which leads us on to the exchange. Where, as for anyone who hasn't heard the exchange before, we invite these wonderful people to share something that's bringing them joy. Maddie did detail to me last episode. She was like, maybe we need to say it can't be anything anymore. It can't just be like your girlfriend. It's got to be like a thing that
Yeah.
you do or that you watch or something. But up until this point, we have said anything. So, for example, Maddie's anything is her love of horses. Mine is nerd culture, and of course, KIRE, the lovely KIRE, has done one for us today.
Woo!
So I love anime, and go check out Kimetsu no Yaiba. What's that in English? I forgot. Oh, I only know the Japanese name. But Attack on Titan is good. So watch anime because you can see yourself as the main character. You are the main character. Always see yourself as the main character, and you can do anything you want if you want to. Okay? Never see yourself as a side character. You're not a side. You have your own road to walk on.
If that does not fire you up to do whatever it is you want to do in life,
It's so true though, isn't it? Like, everyone is the main character of their own lives. Yeah, don't be a selfish but still, it is your life. Do with that what you need to. He's definitely got that covered. He's definitely living his life as the main character of his own life because he's doing amazing. So good on him. I really want to ask him what main character of an anime he resonates with the most now.
do you have any anime recommendations, Maddie?
I haven't watched a ton. Like, I've played more anime games and watched anime, but I do obviously love Evangelion. So watch that one. I think I there's a weird trope that I like a lot, and it's like Met girls saving the world. Like, a lot of the anime games is that concept. Like, I mentioned it in another episode where I really love Honkai Impact Third, and that's basically the whole premise. And it's actually collaborated with Evangelion, which was very cool.
Oh,
Yeah, that was huge. They have an Asuka in the game now, which was limited, but I got it at the time.
wow.
I know, it's cool because it takes a lot for them to get a collaboration with such a huge thing like Evangelion, but they got it. That was cool. But yeah, that's definitely a good one. I don't need to recommend the Ghibli ones because everyone knows the Ghibli ones. So
I love Aria. That got me through my A levels.
oh yeah, you told me about that one.
I love it. It's slice of life set on Mars. Love my slice of life ones. Love my cooking ones. Delicious in Dungeon. Loving that right now. And then there's a golf one called Rising Impact that I've just started because Maddie knows how much I love my sports.
What about Haikyuu? Have you watched that?
I have. Do enjoy that.
That's very popular, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like I have to. I'm not interested in sports, but I feel like I have to watch that just because everyone goes on about it.
It's very well written. Yuri on Ice as well. I think you'd love.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Amazing. As a figure skater.
Is that about figure skating?
Yeah.
So as a Yuzuru Hanyu liker, I think I'll enjoy that.
You will. It's amazing. Yuzuru Hanyu is, obviously they do like incredible things in Yuri on Ice, and they did a lot of research to make it as super realistic. But to me, he is the if you could create an anime character in real life that just does these amazing things and looks superhuman, that is Yuzuru Hanyu.
Yeah, that's part of the reason. Not only because he's one of the best of all time, but that's part of the reason why he's so popular is because he's stunning. He's got an adorable like Winnie the Pooh thing. Have you seen that? Where he's like reined in Winnie the Poohs after every I just think that's so sweet. And he's very passionate about his craft, and he's so good at it. I love that.
I think that as a figure skating nerd, it's one of the 3 F's in my sporting life. There, so much in terms of how figure skating is scored obviously means that the more technical elements you can do, you get more points and you can do better. But obviously artistry does. There is always this debate: are we scoring? Are we balancing artistry right with how we're scoring technical elements? Does that leave artistry behind a bit? But I think I agree with you. The reason why Yuzu is so popular is that he can be doing technically what is an incredibly simple routine, but the artistic soul and detail that he puts into it, it just makes you feel something.
He's got so much grace,
and he's just so connected to what he does.
He just exudes elegance, man. He is such an elegant man.
He is unreal, an absolutely unreal level of skater, just absolutely insane.
Real life Figure skater anime man.
Thank you, Kaya, for the anime recommendation. Go watch some great anime in his honor.
Yes.
Remember that you are the main character in your own life in Kaya's honor. If you're not, if you needed to kick up the butt, Kaya's just done it.
Kaya's shoe is there
It's
and
all
ready.
fantastic.
He's just polished it.
Yeah.
And he's ready to swing.
Indeed. Maddie, do you have a sign-off message? And of course, we have Kaya's sign-off message coming up.
Oh man. Look, though these tumbler drink bottle things got kind of memed because of how much people spend and wait for them, and the trend has sort of died.
Like the Stanley Cups.
Yeah. My goodness, are they convenient. It will keep your cola cool for hours, and you can take a sip. Like, I can have it on my bed, and I will drop it, and nothing spills. It's just so convenient. I love it so much. So,
And you don't need to get the expensive Stanley ones. There are lots
Just
of other options out there.
get like a $1.99 one from a pound store, in which case should be a pound, but you know what inflation's like.
There are definitely cheaper options, for real.
Yeah. Just get convenient drinking cups because they will change your life. That's my message.
Yes. I am going to say, lose yourself in anime, lose yourself in a good story. There's loads out there you can easily stream for ages and ages. Go, switch your brain off, enjoy it.
I'm sorry, but I heard lose yourself, and I was like, eh?
No.
I thought Emma was just going to tell everyone to lose yourself.
Yeah, but in a story.
Your sense
Lose
of
yourself
self.
in a story. Forget your worries, forget your troubles,
Because you're still in the universe of it.
Let's hear Kaya's final wisdom to sign off.
If you're failing, then you're probably walking the right way. Okay?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, for real.
You know how you were like, if you need someone to kick you at the butt, and I genuinely feel like I've just been kicked up the butt.
Kaya knows, man.
Like in an inspiring way. Like,
Yeah.
oh my word.
Kaya knows.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
listen to you.
Yeah. Go listen to Kaya.
Listen to Kaya. All right. Listen to his music and also his words of wisdom.
Exactly. Thank you, as always, for checking out Falling Upwards. I'm Emma. She's Maddie. Have a good one.
I am Maddie. Bye-bye.
Bye.